Chapter 17 of the license to depart. After a ceremony has reached its climax, anticlimax must inevitably follow. But if the ceremony has been successful, this anticlimax is merely formal. The magician should rest permanently on the higher plane to which he has aspired. 1. The whole force of the operation should be absorbed, but there is almost certain to be a residuum, since no operation is perfect, and, even if it were so, there would be a number of things, sympathetic to the operation, attracted to the circle. These must be duly dispersed, or they will degenerate and become evil. It is always easy to do this where invocations are concerned. The mere removal of the strain imposed by the will of the magician will restore things to their normal aspects, in accordance with the great law of inertia. In a badly managed evocation, however, this does not always obtain. The spirit may refuse to be controlled, and may refuse to depart even after having sworn obedience. In such a case extreme danger may arise. In the ordinary way, the magician dismisses the spirit with these words, "And now I say unto thee, depart in peace unto thine habitations and abodes, and may the blessing of the highest be upon thee in the name of," here mention the divine name suitable to the operation, or a name appropriate to redeem that spirit, "and let there be peace between thee and me, and be thou very ready to come, whensoever thou art invoked and called." 2. Should he fail to disappear immediately, it is a sign that there is something very wrong. The magician should immediately reconsecrate the circle with the utmost care. He should then repeat the dismissal, and if this does not suffice, he should then perform the banishing ritual suitable to the nature of the spirit and, if necessary, add conjurations to the same effect. In these circumstances, or if anything else suspicious should occur, he should not be content with the apparent disappearance of the spirit, who might easily make himself invisible and lie in ambush to do the magician a mischief when he stepped out of the circle or even months afterwards. Any symbol which has once definitely entered your environment with your own consent is extremely dangerous, unless under absolute control. A man's friends are more capable of working him harm than are strangers, and his greatest danger lies in his own habits. Of course, it is the very condition of progress to build up ideas into the subconscious. The necessity of selection should therefore be obvious. True, there comes a time when all elements soever must be thus assimilated. Samadhi is, by definition, that very process. But, from the point of view of the young magician, there is a way straight and difficult of performing this. One cannot too frequently repeat that what is lawful and proper to one path is alien to another. Immediately after the license to depart, and the general closing up of the work, it is necessary that the magician should sit down and write up his magical record. However much he may have been tired won by the ceremony, he ought to force himself to do this until it becomes a habit. Verily, it is better to fail in the magical ceremony than to fail in writing down an accurate record of it. One need not doubt the propriety of this remark. Even if one is eaten alive by Malkabitashasm Vrukothasi Halem, 2, it does not matter so very much, for it is over so very quickly. But the record of the transaction is otherwise important. Nobody cares about Duncan having been murdered by Macbeth. It is only one of a number of similar murders. But Shakespeare's account of the incident is a unique treasure of mankind. And, apart from the question of the value to others, there is that of the value to the magician himself. The record of the magician is his best asset. It is as foolish to do magic without method, as if it were anything else. To do magic without keeping a record is like trying to run a business without bookkeeping. There are a great many people who quite misunderstand the nature of magic. They have an idea that it is something vague and unreal, instead of being, as it is, a direct means of coming into contact with reality. It is these people who pay themselves with phrases, who are always using long words with no definite connotation, who plaster themselves with pompous titles and decorations which mean nothing whatever. With such people we have nothing to do. But to those who seek reality the key of magic is offered, and they are hereby warned that the key to the treasure house is no good without the combination, and the combination is the magical record. From one point of view, Magical progress actually consists in deciphering one's own record. 1 For this reason it is the most important thing to do, strictly on magical grounds. But, apart from this, it is absolutely essential that the record should be clear, full, and concise, because it is only by such a record that your teacher can judge how it is best to help you. Your magical teacher has something else to do besides running round after you all the time, and the most important of all his functions is that of auditor. Now, if you call in an auditor to investigate a business, and when he asks for the books you tell him that you have not thought it worthwhile to keep any, you need not be surprised if he thinks you every kind of an ass. It was perfectly incredible to the master theorian that people who exhibit ordinary common sense in the other affairs of life should lose it completely when they tackle magic. It goes far to justify the belief of the semi-educated that magic is rather a crazy affair after all. However, there are none of these half-baked lunatics connected with the Wakama because the necessity for hard work, for passing examinations at stated intervals, and for keeping an intelligible account of what they are doing, frightens away the unintelligent, idle and hysterical. There are numerous models of magical and mystical records to be found in the various numbers of the equinox, and the student will have no difficulty in acquiring the necessary technique, if he be diligent in practice.